Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about power hours. So when we vote on a night, I think that we did like Wednesday and Thursday maybe. I'll have to scroll back up through our group message. We talked about doing a power hour together. So I'm going to run through quickly what my power hour is, and then I'm going to show you where to find examples of power hours, and I'll explain just what a power hour is, okay? So I'm going to talk about that quickly. I'm going to show you how I manage my time. This is going to be super quick. It'll be like 5 minutes. And I'm going to recommend 2 books. That's a lot. I'm going to recommend one book that I think is going to really maximize your productivity, which is obviously the whole goal here. You're all busy. And if you can be effective in short amount of times, it's going to make you excited. It's going to make you feel successful, confident that you can work this business even in a limited amount of time. And that's what keeps you showing up every day. That's what keeps you believing that over time, all of these efforts are going to compound and you're going to be living that dream life that you're thinking about and talking about and working toward every day. Okay. And then obviously the core of the call is Asana, how to use it, how to track it. I don't care if you're working 30 minutes a day or if you're working 3 hours a day. Asana is going to change your business. And the more that you start to look at this like a business instead of just a hobby, that's really when you're going to see the value of having a tracking system that just helps you be really efficient in everything that you're doing. And then just to finish off, invites and follow-up. So all this is just going to tie in. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is a power hour. Okay, so I'm going to share with you an example of a power hour and what it is. So a power hour is 1 hour of focused time where every second of that hour, you know exactly what you're doing, who you're talking to, and where you're going. Okay, so a power hour does not include starting and being like, okay, so who am I going to talk to? Like, that's not a power hour. Like, when you sit down, you know what list to work from, who to reach out to, and just what you're doing. So a fun way to go about this is to have set power hours on set days. Okay, so you're kind of switching things up. It doesn't feel monotonous. And then if you have an extra hour throughout your day, so say you want to devote 2 hours of your time, doing 2 different power hours rather than the same one back to back. Okay, so power hour is just taking 1 hour of your time and working every aspect of this business and just allotting a certain amount of time to each task, depending on how long it personally takes you to do them. Okay, so for me, it takes me a while to do follow-ups and invites because I overthink it in my head. I can be wordy. I use a lot of emojis, so it takes me a while to do it. So I devote my time to invites and follow-ups. Okay, I don't give myself 30 minutes to do friend requests in 1 hour. Okay, so for example, for me, I spend, when I do a power hour, I would spend 10 minutes doing friend requests. Okay, the biggest ways that I'm finding friends right now. Okay, so you do want to make sure that you guys are like taking notes and writing this stuff down. So the biggest way to find friends right now is searching events. It's such an awesome way to connect with your niche person because the thing about talking to people in groups is that sometimes people are added to groups unknowingly or they've been in a group for years and they don't even know that they're in the group. And it can just be it's not as recent. It shows too if somebody's going to an event or they're interested in an event, it means that they're social media savvy. They're on the internet, they're searching Facebook, things like that. So they're going to be a little bit more likely and welcoming to a random message from you. Okay, so that's why invites or events are pretty cool. This is exactly how I do it. So I'm going to share my screen with you. I shared this in our team page a couple times now. It's called Connect, Chat, and Challenge. Okay, so I literally walk you through it from start to finish. So what my Hey Girl messages are, I give you 3. And then right here, find, add friends from events. So what you would do if you have no mutual friends with somebody, you want to message them immediately. The reason being is because they're just going to think that you're a total stranger and it's just going to come off just the wrong way. I know that I would not respond to somebody if it was just a random friend request, we had no mutual friends, I'd be like a little confused. All right. So the reason I messaged them is just to make it not seem so weird. So this is exactly what I just said. Like, hey babe, oh my gosh, I know this is super random, but I couldn't not reach out. I noticed we're both interested in this concert, and I actually just moved to Wilmington, and I'm trying to meet some good people, so I figured I would add you. Would love to talk if you're open to new friends. Thanks for being awesome. That was it. All right, and I actually got a lot of good feedback from that event. I got a lot of new friends from this area, which is cool, which means that the more friends I'm adding from this area, the more people I may know I now can search around North Carolina, right? It's just broadening your network, because the first 4 people I might be connected to right now might not be that person. But that 5th person that I would meet through all 4 of those people, that could be your gold ship, which you're going to learn about when you hit Diamond Training. You're going to talk about silver and gold ships. And so silver are basically people that just, they might never quit. They'll stay a coach, but they'll never really advance in rank, just stay like stagnant, maybe earn like a couple extra $100. But then you have the gold ships that take this to the top, where they're earning 5 to 6 or like 4 to 5 figures a week, just crazy things like that. So that's why you always want to be like growing your network and stuff. So anyway, going back to this, I spend 10 minutes a day adding friends when I'm doing a power hour. The biggest way that I'm doing that is by searching events. The second way that I do that is I search friends of friends. And I don't just search the people you may know, because even still, that can still be so many cross people and whatnot. Instead, what I would suggest that you do is take a look at who's looking at your posts. Who are you getting a lot of likes from? And when you go to their page, instead of searching people you may know, just scroll through their friends list. Okay, if it's public, just scroll through the whole thing. Because even if you only have 3 to 4 mutual friends with somebody, who cares? Because you might have more of a connection with them than you do with the person that you have 30 mutual friends with. So just scroll through, and if you really do have something in common, the chances of them accepting that ad are going to be a lot higher. Okay, it's so important that when you are doing this, you're making quality connections and not just getting concerned about the quantity. So it's 10 minutes, but I would focus on who it is that you're adding to make the most of that time. So my second 10 minutes, I spend just talking to people. Okay, so this is people that are currently in my inbox that I have not yet responded to, or new messages. So I just added somebody and I just start to talk to them. Okay, so that's what I spend my second 10 minutes with. Reading my inbox and just connecting with people that are in my recently added. So that's how you do this. I'll show you this real quick. Okay, so when you're on your Facebook page and you click on friends, right there in the center, you're going to see recently added. Okay, if you haven't done this in a while, what I would suggest you do is click on recently added, scroll to the bottom, and legit message your way the whole way up. So I know that I've messaged up until like right here. Okay, so from like here on up, I have to do my hey girls. But like, and that's what makes it nice, is that it's pretty much in order. Okay, so all I would do is come here, I would go to their page, and I'll just like show you for an example. I would go to their page, I would like a few photos, and like photos that I would actually like, and that's cute as shit, so of course I'm gonna like that. Okay, and she's cute, and just like go to her page and like see if there's anything that I would, want to like. Let's just see. Not to be political, but sure, whatever. Just like keep going through like that, right? And so I would like all this stuff, and then all I would do is go to message her. And honestly, I would just come to this connect, chat, and challenge, and I would just say, literally just copy and paste. Okay, so let me move this thing out of the way. Emojis, whatever, make it fun, make it cute, make it, just be kind of weird but outgoing at the same time. And that would be it, okay? And I'll just send that, okay? So that would be like my first connection. So this is how I'm going to show you how to use Asana. Asana is Asana.com. It's free. It's free. So whatever you're using right now, how I want you to bring them over is just like this. So this was my old contact sheet. I really don't even look at this anymore. I just honestly completely started new. Actually, I think I even got rid of it too. Okay, so for example, say I was following up with Shelly because she was in my sneak peek last month. So all I would do is copy her name. I would take it to Asana, and I would just click add new task. So whatever you are already tracking people in, and if you're freaking out right now because you haven't been tracking anybody, it's okay, but start today. The next message you send, it needs to be tracked. All right? It doesn't matter that you missed things in the past. Believe me, I've missed the other day I realized before I was using Asana that I haven't hey girled 80 people in my friends list, okay? And that was just between the letters A and B in my messenger app. So don't freak out. If anything, just look at it oh, look at all these people I get to talk to now that I haven't reached out to yet. Okay, they're already there. And the cool thing is that they're still your friend after that long. They could have unfriended you by now, right? So it's not going to be weird if you reach out to them. They've been following you. They've been seeing your posts. It's cool. So all I would do is, let me just show you Asana first. You're going to have to sign in, make an account and whatnot. On the left-hand side, you're going to be able to click on this plus sign, which is a project, okay? My projects are prospects. Everyone starts as a prospect, okay? So I would click on prospects. I would click add task, which was already selected. This over here. And I would paste her name in there, okay? She's a prospect right now. So at this point, I don't know that she's going to be a coach. I don't know if she's going to be a challenger. I have no idea because, we don't prejudge people before we go into a conversation. Be open-minded to whatever it's going to be. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Wait, let me see what you said. Oh, okay. So all you do is just copy and paste. And then right now, because most of us are working for ourselves, you're just going to click on your name under assigned. Okay. Now, you eventually at some point, it's going to be super nice when you have systems in place, which is why I've created this entire thing. This would be a system, is that I could, when I'm at the point where there's 80 to 100 Success Club points a month, I could have an assistant come in here and I would say, hey, can you please go through and hey girl message people from an event? And then that assistant can come and copy and paste this and just follow through on Asana. So instead of assigning it to me, I could assign it to somebody else. That's what's kind of cool about this, okay? The nicest thing about this and the hardest thing about tracking prior to Asana is remembering who to follow up with on what day, right? You write it down on a piece of paper and then you can't find it. You start 400 different Excel spreadsheets because this is going to be the one that you use and it doesn't work, right? And you just don't stay consistent with it. All I would do, okay, is I hey girl messaged her today. I'm not going to document that, okay? Instead, what I'm going to do is write GRC, which would either be that gangster rap connection or, and I'll explain both of these, /comment, whatever you want to do, okay? So this is how I do it. 5 days after I sent that message to her, I would, actually, I guess I can just do that girl's name. Katie. Okay, so I hey girl messaged her today. What I'm gonna do is put comment, connect. Okay, so I'm keeping a note, so just connect. And all I'm gonna do is the due date. And I'm gonna do 1 week from now. Okay, so when I come in here every day to do follow-ups, all I do is click on calendar, and I'm really behind on follow-ups, so just don't judge. Beyond. Okay, to the point that, guys, this goes to show how hungry is somebody for success. And you think that I am working all the time and that I'm just crushing this and whatever. Right now, if you see I have 33 follow-ups to do, this coming week, 42 on this day, etc., the whole time. If I were to bust all of these out from May, right now I know I'm at Success Club 14. Right now I know I could hit Success Club 30 if I send all of these messages right now, right? But I just don't feel like doing it, right? So you're not alone. Like, you're going to have those moments when you just don't feel like doing something, but I just want to show you that if you have a follow-up system and you can see all of these people, exactly who to talk to, what to say to them, and where your conversation left off, it just makes it so quick to do it, right? Because you don't want to spend time doing all of this. The fun stuff is being in your group. It's creating meal plans. It's helping people find that soulmate program. It's, coming up with cool free group ideas and things like that, right? So try to make this part as productive as you possibly can so that everything else is where you can focus most of your time. Okay, so what you would do then is when you come to do your follow-ups, if today was, what is today? Today's the 12th, right? Okay, so I would just click on Melissa. So this was today. So first follow-up was my note, okay? So I know that all I'm going to do is copy her name. Let's put you over here. I'm going to paste it into Facebook. And all I'm going to do is click on message. Okay, so she reached out to me about wanting to try Shakeology. She said, when I can afford to, I want to join your team. So, we've been talking for a while. And then she said, I'll give the details tonight after work. So she never reached back out to me, okay? So I just want to show you, we've been messaging back and forth for so long. A lot of it, as you can see, is me, and just, hasn't wanted to do it yet. Just the timing hasn't been right. So this message doesn't need to be long. It doesn't need to be hope you're having a great day. It doesn't need to be any of that stuff. Okay, I can simply just be hey girl, just wanted to pop in since I never heard back from you after work. Heard you after. Haha. Let's talk soon. Literally, that's how quick it's going to be. And the reason I talk like that is to show, I want to be your friend. I do want to be your friend, right? But you kind of have to join me first, okay? Because right now, my goals and my whole life is this, and it's kind of fucking awesome, so you should be a part of this too, okay? So just make it sound like with or without her, you're still going to do it. But when you just keep it super short like that, it makes you feel confident, okay? It shows them that you're confident in what you're doing, and that people are watching you and people are starting to trust you and believe you. And so that makes them feel more comfortable and trusting and believing in you too. Okay? So all I would do now is, so I messaged her. Okay? So that was my first follow-up. Okay? So now I'm going to write second follow-up. I'm going to comment here. So I know that when I go to message her the next time, it's going to be my second message in a row. Does that make sense? So the first one was me, now the second one was me. Okay? So now what I'm going to do, because her and I talk a lot and she was going to message me back that night, what I'm going to do is just make it for a week later. Okay? I'm just going to click out of it. In theory. Or close out of it. All right? So now she's gone. And she's going to go down here to wherever it was, right down here. Okay? So it makes it really, really nice. So again, all it is you're going to start in list. When you send a friend request, they accept it. You say, hey girl, just scrolling through Facebook, totally forgot to reach out to you. How are you doing? Whatever. Okay. That's when you put their name in. You don't keep track of their name when you click add friend. Don't do that. Okay. You only start tracking them once they accept your friend request and you guys are now friends on Facebook, okay? So then you'll put in their name and you're going to write comment, or gangster rap connection, which is basically just hey girl, just scrolling through Facebook and saw that you just went to Hershey Park yesterday. Oh my God, I'm so jealous. I haven't been there in 100 years. What's your favorite ride? I don't know. Something like that. That's just connecting with them. Again, blasting music, not feeling weird in the middle of your living room by yourself, like making this just fun. All right. So, what questions do you have right now about Asana? Does it seem pretty basic? And what I'm going to do is, Vanessa, I'm going to unmute you. Do you have any questions about Asana?
Yeah. You know how you put the due date in the description?
Do it again. I had you muted.
Okay, you know how you put the description and then you put the due date?
Yes.
Okay, you do that description on the due date, or is that just like to remind you what you did?
No, so I would put down what I'm going to do on that due date.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So instead of, so like when my first message, my first hey girl, I don't write in hey girl. I write in like comment, meaning I just hey girled you. So now all I'm going to do in a week is come and like and comment on your page.
Okay.
So then a week after that, now I'm going to invite her. So I really liked how Caroline Nathan was doing like the request them, hey girl, and then invite 12 days later regardless. But regardless of whether they respond, I still think it's important for you to build that relationship instead of just shooting out random invites and whatnot. Like, connect with these people. Like, that's really the fun of this. It really is the fun of this is like getting to know somebody. And so that when you can message them, be like, I know that this might seem crazy, but I have been following you. We've been friends on Facebook for a while, and I do in my heart think that we would get along really great. So like I'm not a weirdo, you know, and do it through voice messaging. Really, it's such an awesome way to just be like honest and genuine and awkward and weird and quirky, and that's what people like. Um, that's what people want to be. People don't really want to be perfect. So
And how many of them do you do a day?
mine kind of varies. I try to do minimum 30 invites, 30 follow-ups. Maximum, I'm happy with 50. But again, I'm doing this all day. So my typical rule of thumb, my goals are by noon, I want to do 20 follow-ups and 20 invites because I know I can do 10 later that day. But I don't want to beat myself up if I don't hit 30 before noon. Like I said, it takes me a while. And my morning routine is legit like 2 hours. Like that's my me time, and that's why I wanted to work from home. And so I work 9 to 12. In those 3 hours, I want to do like I probably talk to like 100 people in 3 hours a day. It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people, but um, at the same time, it's how do I want to word it? There's so many people that I've lost that I haven't tracked before. You know, so many of it is just like liking and commenting. Like I'll count that like as a follow-up. Maybe I didn't message them, but I still went and liked and commented and I interacted with them that day. So I'll still count that as a follow-up. Do you have any other questions about Asana, invites, follow-ups, anything like that?
I got it.
You're good? Okay. Erica, do you have any questions?
I started messing around with Asana last week. I was actually gonna message you later. I still am when we get off here because I want to set up a call to talk to you.
Okay.
But when you send your hey girl messages, do you always go on and like their stuff or comment on their stuff before you send the message, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So when I go to like when it's my power hour and I'm going to do my hey girl messages, I go to their page. Okay. I like and comment on 3 to 4 things. Now I like 3 to 4 things. I comment on maybe 1, no more than that. All right. That just kind of gets their attention. I'm going to mute you real quick. So that kind of gets their attention. And from there, then I go and I send the message. And you can even say something, I've said this before, like, hey girl, haha, so totally just start your page, but kind of think that we should be friends. I'm all about good vibing people, and you seem to be a lot like that, or we seem to have a lot in common, whatever. Would love to talk more sometime. Hope you're having a great day. And then what I would do is I would come to Asana, I would click add task, and then go through it. Assign it to me a week from now, like/comment. So that 1 week from now, okay, so I'm going to go to my calendar, and you're just going to go to whatever day it is. So like we woke up today. Today was the 12th. So I would come here and I would look at whatever it is. And I know that I would go to her page just to like and comment. Okay. So that's how I do that. Let me see. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you have any other questions so far?
No, I just have to get back into my Hey Girl messages.
They're easy to forget about.
Oh, I forgot about 124 people.
There you go.
I went down because I was putting all my stuff from Messenger onto Asana.
Okay.
Do I really have? What in the world was I thinking? Like, and then I started clicking on the messages to see like who I was talking to, and I'm like, 90% of these people I didn't even send a message to yet.
That happened to
Holy
me the other
crap.
day too. The cool thing is though, just look at all the people that you do get to talk to now.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So this week is my week where I'm going through all that.
Well, yeah, definitely text me after this so we can set up a call.
Okay.
Okay. Brindle, do you have any questions right now?
Not right now. I was gonna go check out Asana after this, hopefully sometime tonight if we don't get a call.
Okay, yeah.
And I'll message you if I have any questions.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay. So I just have a little bit more. Okay, so what was I just gonna say? So guys, the thing about invites is that try not to, actually, you know what, give me 2 seconds to grab my computer charger. I don't know what you're saying. Okay, so I was just gonna say the thing about invites is that it's a lot like diamond rank, okay? So what I mean by that is that don't put any more weight on that than there needs to be, okay? Like don't make invites seem like scary compared to sending a friend request, okay? Just make everything feel like I have something awesome sitting at my fingertips, that it's crazy that you still can connect with people that have never even heard of Beachbody, yet in the back of our heads, we're constantly thinking that people are going to be so annoyed, right? Or they're just going to shoot us down. But there's so many people that have never even heard of it. Vanessa, you totally included in that. You know, I never even heard of it. When I first found, like when I was being told it, I'm like, oh, whatever, I'm already selling fitness programs and I'm tired of making them. So if you're going to make them for me, yeah, sure, I'll sell them for you. You know, that was like my whole mindset behind it. So just don't put any more weight on it. The same thing with diamond. Okay, I want you guys to look at emerald rank. Okay, that's 2 people on your team. I want you to look at that as something that's just an attainable goal. It's just it's what you do in 1 month. Okay, so how does it happen in 1 month? Well, you need to be aiming for 5 people to join our fitness group. Okay, don't limit yourself to 3 people, because what's going to happen in your head is that you just continue to set these low goals, and in your head you think that it's easy, but then when you don't hit it, you feel really discouraged. Okay, you can strive to help more than 3 people. Remember when you decided to do this, you had this excitement about it. You know, don't let the thought of, oh, I'm running a business now and people are going to be annoyed. Don't let that steal the fun of this, because it is fun. And when you do find those people that are like so obsessed with this, it's like, oh, I just wish that there were 100,000 of you and like 100,000 less of the other kinds of people. But it doesn't work that way. Okay. And a really cool analogy is when you hear like, you know, not that money is everything, guys. And when I talk about money, I'm really just talking about freedom, options, opportunities. Okay. So just keep that in mind when I say things like that. But, you know, if somebody told you that in, I don't know, let's say like, if there were like a 1,000 bricks or 100,000 bricks, and underneath one of them was $1 million or $100 million, $100 million, would you keep flipping? And you would. You know, you would keep flipping until you found it. And you need to think about that when you're talking to people. Just, you know, I'm going into this with an open mind, with an open heart. I'm hoping you're going to want to join me. But I'm not going to be bummed if you don't, because I know I'm going up with or without you. And I know that at some point you're going to want to join me. And even if you don't tell me that you do, you're going to be thinking it, which is even worse, because then you're never going to act on it. You're never even going to be able to feel this, right? So that's why invites are so important, because there are people out there like you, like me, that are waiting for somebody to reach out to them. And every time that fear or overthinking starts to take over, like, just think about like me. You know, if you saw me, no one ever reached out to me ever about coaching. I never been reached out to about any network marketing company other than Mary Kay. All right. So just make sure that you're just leading with your heart. You have an open mind every time that you send a message, and you just are looking at the bigger picture. It's not striking tallies down next to invites on your piece of notebook paper and counting that you invited 12 people today. This picture is so much bigger than that. All right. But remember that it takes all of the little things that add up together. You know, same thing with, you know, if you went to college, you know, you take all of those classes and you think about all the small little silly assignments and group things you have to do your freshman year fall semester that you don't even remember. But then it's all for that piece of paper. And the only reason you keep showing up, even walking to class when it's pouring down rain and freezing, is because you have the bigger picture in mind, that it's more than just this one day. All right. Okay. So that's my speech on invites. I'm going to tell you guys the easiest way to invite people is to control what you can control. Okay. You cannot control what people are going to say, but what you can control is how you influence them, and you can control the likelihood of them saying yes in the near future. So what I mean by that is that you really got to be posting on Facebook and Instagram. Okay? If you've been a coach for more than a month, you've got to be posting minimum 4 times a day. 4. And don't get me wrong, I literally shit my pants the first time that I heard that too. Because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be so annoying. All these people are going to unfriend me. You're not the only person that thinks that. We all do. Okay? So just get past the formalities and just get to the point that you're going to be sitting here in the same position that I am soon enough, and you're going to be saying the same thing to your team. Okay? Just post 4 times a day. Because so many people are not seeing your things. Okay? And remember, it's not just about that first connection. It's about the fact that if your friends aren't seeing it, then it means that their friends also aren't seeing it, right? Because if they get to interact on your things, that's going to pop up on their friends' pages that you're not connected with yet. So right there, you're touching all of these people that you didn't really even have to do anything, just posting, okay? So I did a call a couple weeks ago, and I know it's in the team page call recording thing about like branding yourself and posting on social media. Okay, so I know it can be scary to really step outside of your comfort zone. You guys gotta do it. You don't need to have like I started from the bottom drug addict recovery story and now I'm here. It doesn't need to be that drastic. It doesn't. Okay, because there's so many people out there that are probably thinking I can't coach because my life is kind of nice and I really don't have anything to complain about. There are people like that in the world, right? And for them, it could just be like they feel like they could do more, they could offer more, they could provide more, right? So maybe that's your thing, but you need to lead with that and you need to share that because it's all the same product, guys. At the end of the day, people need to know why you're different and why they should join you. And the only way that you can do that and to get them to respond to your messages is if you publicly share who you are. It really starts there. And then they start to open up to you privately in messages. But if you're just somebody that's just sharing the positive vibes, sharing quotes and stuff, they're just going to feel that you're just, I don't know, stoic and just, they don't know who you are. They're not going to trust you. Okay, so that's that. Another quick thing is, because what's really cool about summer is that you guys hopefully maybe have a little bit more time, depending. But taking control of your time and really managing it. Okay, so this is something that I got at Target. Okay, so it says day planner. It's kind of old, but I love it. So just broken up morning, afternoon, and evening. Okay, so all I do is every single night I just sit down and I look down at this and I write out everything that I have to do this week. Okay, so I do that every single day. I write down everything that I can think in my head that I want to do. And what I mean by that is, like, my planner's already filled in. Okay, so like my planner's already filled in of when I'm going to work. That's the pink highlighted section. Okay, so then I look at my open sections, and that's when I'm not sitting down focused on Beachbody. Okay, so in those white sections where it's open, I look at this whole brain dump of things that I want to do. So the brain dump can include anything from making workout videos to post to Instagram and YouTube, decorating my link tree extension for people that are going from my Instagram to my Facebook page. It could be putting together call to action posts for next week, redesigning the prep week group, making a training video, whatever. Like, that would be just brain dump stuff. It's stuff that it's going to advance my business. I don't have to do that right now today, because my right now today is my power hours. Okay, that right now is today what's making me money. The other stuff is the fluff. Okay, but that's why it's important to have business hours, because in your business hours, that is not when you do the fluff. So if you don't have white space in your day like I do, then no, right now, don't worry about the stuff. Okay, and if you do, take on one thing and finish it first. Okay, so for example, for me right now, I had things like, so for example, today I had design team call, plan out 7 of the stop, drop, ands in our new Fit and Lean, or in our Let Your Soul Shine group that I've been trying to do. So do that, put together the prep week group, put together the layout for the confidence effect, and reach out to, what was it? Laminate my posting schedule to make sure that I hit all the things that I have to hit in a week, so I can cross them off as I go and then wipe it off. Okay, and then restart fresh the next week. Okay, so I had all those things listed down. But then I'm looking at, like, right now today, what had to get done. And those are the things that I highlighted. And then what I did was I just took those things and put them into the blocks of my time today. So for example, team call, because team call was tonight. I can't do team call tomorrow because team call was tonight. So that's a must do. So I took that off and I put that in, as you can see, a white space, team call. Okay, it wasn't in my pink business hour time, but it was in a white space time. All right, so I did team call. The other one I wanted to put together the prep week group. Okay, so I knew that I'm trying to get 15 invites done in between 8 and 9 a.m. Okay, so I left a white block to put together the prep week group. So that's literally when I put together prep week today. I went live in that block of time. I designed the Monday photo album in that time. I did all of that in that 1 hour time. And I did a couple of other things too. But like, that was stuff that needed to get done today because prep week started today. I can't do prep week tomorrow. It has to be done today. But something like the stop, drop, and post for the week, I can come up with something off the top of my head for tomorrow morning. But if I want to and I have time tomorrow, I can plan out all of them for the whole week tomorrow. So then every day, the rest of the week, copy, paste, copy, paste. Does that make sense? Okay, so it's just highlight the hours that you are working your business. So right now, if you fill in everything that you got to do that's not Beachbody related, just like your regular day job, school, family time, extracurriculars, whatever. If you don't have at least 2 hours to work Beachbody, then no fluffy time. Okay? If it's just like throughout your day, whenever, like whatever. If your goal right now really is to hit Success Club and you've been struggling a little bit, then if I were you, my goal would be to work this business when I can as much as I could. Okay, but what makes it nice is having Asana. This really is going to change things. So don't freak out if, again, A, you don't have a tracking system, or B, you don't really know how to bring people from what you've been using to Asana. Just copy and paste their name, and instead of putting it back to where you already had it, just put it into Asana. Okay, that's all you have to do. The last thing that you guys could do, I'm just going to challenge you to this. This is totally up to you. But if I told you that you could hit Success Club 6, if this weekend you spent Saturday and Sunday entering as many names from your Messenger app or your friends list on Facebook into Asana. Because you'd have to message almost all of those people, I'm sure, because there's so many people that we forget about. You would easily hit Success Club 6. And it's one of those things, like, you know that you could do it. I'm telling you, you can. If you think of this just as a numbers game, it's going to work out in your favor. What it's also going to do is just build your confidence in knowing that if it does come crunch time at times, you know that if you did this, it would work. More than that, it just builds up your belief in yourself. I said I was going to do something. I challenged myself to something I really didn't really feel like doing, but I did it anyway. It's just going to be that confidence boost. That's all it is. That's all you need to go after is all those confidence boosts. All right? So I'm going to leave that at this. The other nice thing, guys, is there are so many training videos on Asana. All you have to do is type in Asana Beachbody into YouTube, and you're going to get 100 other people that have showed you a video walking you through step by step. There's going to be lots of different ways to do it. My way is just very, very simple. Just make sure that whatever you decide to do, just stick with it. Stick with it as much as you can. Okay? It's honestly mostly of the time not the system. It's just us being inconsistent with it. Okay, so just keep at it. You're going to get the hang of it. Everything's going to work out. And yeah, so if you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to post this to YouTube. I will share the link, and we will have an awesome week and hit our goals, right? Yay. Alrighty, girls, you have an awesome night, and I'll see you guys later.